Happy Monday. Hi. Good afternoon. I guess it could be morning. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Hi. Hey, y'all. Thank you. Someone on Instagram said, cute hair, a voice in the silence. Thank you. I washed it and I didn't have time to dry it. So it's a perfect rainy day hairdo. How are y'all? How are things in your world? What's going on this Monday? You're taking notes for your theories of personality class. That's cool. Do you have any questions? Or that was probably that class. I mean, it was named something else at my program, but theories of personality and group therapy were my absolute favorite classes in grad school. I loved that group therapy class. So if you can take it, if you have an option, take a group therapy class. In my program, it was an elective, so it wasn't a required course. But if any psych majors are watching this, take all the psych classes you can, even the ones that don't sound like a lot of fun or don't sound like with what you want to do. Those were the classes that I learned the most from. You're eating a snack? Yay! Good for you. I have my chips in my sandwich. I'm such an adolescent. I eat, a sandwich and chips. I would take my little brown bag with me if I had a brown bag. Glad you're here. Hi. Okay, so I've got a question on Instagram. Any advice, tips on how to keep going while on a waiting list? Great question. I'm going to send you to a website, recovery-academy.com. On that website, I have like support options. It's kind of like keep you going, keep you focused, courses, activities, lots of eating disorder specific topics. I teach you how to like work through different eating disorder traps. I give you tricks and tips and tools and worksheets and journal activities. So those are things that you can do if you're in treatment and you're wanting more support. And it's a good kind of like in between, right? To keep that motivation, that engagement, that like desire. And if you're struggling to get in to see somebody, it's again a great way to get like support and get resources to help you in your recovery. So recovery-academy.com, or it's the link in any of my bios. So, hi, Erin on Facebook. Hi. You loved your trauma class? Okay, so lifespan and development was not my favorite class. That one was a required class. Like that one, I don't know why I struggled with that class so hard. It just, you know why it was, I think, because we spent so much time on infant development in my class. And I'll be honest, that just wasn't something I was super interested in. I wanted to either be like, I knew I wanted to work with trauma. So, and like older kids, adolescents, and adults. So, but I'll say this, also any psych students, my practicum experiences were with children. And after I was fully licensed, I worked at a children's advocacy center and I did a lot of play therapy. So as much as when I was in grad school, I was like, I don't want to work with kids. I worked with kids for the majority of my career and learned a lot, and so glad that I got to work with kids because you do family work and all kinds of trauma work and play therapy. So Also, if you say you don't want to work with population, that might be a population that you end up really doing some great work with. So ICA 1982, I emailed you back this morning, maybe. If you didn't get it, I'll check my sent folder, but I did email you. Clumsy Quad, you loved your trauma class. Yeah, it's trauma. So I went to the Chicago School of Professional Psychology in Chicago, and I went there for their forensic program because at the time, I'm sure their trauma program has changed a lot. Forensic psych was kind of new when I went to school there. But I went because there was such a focus on trauma and took so many trauma classes. I think that a lot of therapists, coaches, healers, trauma informed, please, please, please get yourself some trauma training. Lifespan development was the worst. Yes, it was. You want to get your PsyD. Talk to Catherine on Instagram. So there are so many different degrees that we can go and so many different routes we can take in this field, which is really fun, I think. Go get your PsyD. Listen, anybody who wants to work in the mental health field, I don't care what degree or license, we just need y'all. So please go get it. There's some really good programs. I have my PhD in health psychology. I don't need my PhD because I'm a licensed professional counselor. The PhD was just like, I guess I want to do it, so I want to show myself that I could, and it was the hardest fucking thing I've done. I hated it. No, I didn't hate it. It was really hard. It was really hard. You're already working as a therapist. I was working as a therapist too, and I had been a therapist for a few years, and then again, I was like, I still want my PhD. I want to do it. So go do it. Yes, there's great programs out there. The dissertation was like the hardest thing I've ever done. That part I hated. Like, it's so, yeah, I wrote a dissertation. It was so hard, but I also am proud of it. I also learned a lot from it. So there's that, but oh my God, like, when you get to, if anybody's in the dissertation process, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, it's a lot, and it's a lot for a reason. So my Walden University. My dog just brought me his tennis ball. I think he brought it to me because he wants some of my lunch. Ready? Want your ball? He's a retriever, a golden retriever, and he didn't go get that ball just now. He came and brought me that ball hoping I would give him a TREAT. Good for you. And JD2 Lena, you're going to treatment. That feels scary. Good for you. That is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Anybody else need to be celebrated? What can I celebrate? So Ika's asking a question about people commenting on, like, looking a certain way in healing and in recovery. Here's the thing. I don't think you have to always respond to people. There are going to be people that just don't get it, and not everybody requires the emotional, mental, physical energy it takes to educate them and set that boundary. So sometimes I think it's learning, is this a moment where I need to educate somebody, or are they just unaware? They have a lot of stigma, and I just don't want to educate them. That's fine, that's fair. Let those go. If there are people in your life who you have that you spend a lot of time with, you interact with a lot, those are the ones that you want to educate and have those conversations with, and letting them know what is okay to say and what's not okay to say. And I know that's hard, so start by sometimes just writing a letter. Whatever, Lola, on Instagram, you went to your first support group last week. That's amazing. Congratulations. Yay. On TikTok, Clumsy Claude, celebrating the fact that even though I'm burnt out, yes, working full time and school, you're still pushing through. Congratulations. That's hard. I relate to that. Trying to like work on ourselves and get better and heal, and just working on taking care of ourselves, right? Then managing a pandemic, working full time, doing school, doing all that extra stuff, it can feel really exhausting. So I am celebrating you too. You're hanging in there. Good job. MEMXI, really happy about making that decision. Yeah, good for you. Me too. On TikTok, they're talking about internal family systems. My favorite. Wait, can I have a favorite? I love internal family systems. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially they did a lot of work with people with eating disorders. That's how they kind of like research this therapy. We always talk about like the eating disorder voice, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense to do IFS work, because we're already working to kind of separate yourself from that voice, that sick voice anyway. So it's hard work, but it can be really good. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It does feel like, it sounds like, but here's the thing. We've stigmatized all these illnesses. All mental health conditions have been stigmatized, right? And so it might feel kind of like crazy and weird to do internal family systems work, but it really is just a way to kind of like help your brain understand your psyche. Because really the psyche is a really hard thing to study, and it's a really hard thing to explain, because it's a weird thing. So I think think of it that way. You're just understanding your psyche, and then you can, like, the better you understand yourself, the better we can care for ourselves. That awareness goes so far. Do I think you can be completely recovered from an eating disorder? I do, but it's not as simple as just, yes, recovery. Recovery is really hard. It takes a really long time, but you can fully recover from it. So yes, you can. On Instagram, talk to Catherine. Girl, you are busy. Sorry if I just gendered you. I apologize. I shouldn't assume your gender. So let's just say like, boo, right? You are busy. Working, seeing clients, taking care of yourself. Whoo, are you resting? That's my question. How are you taking care of yourself? Thanks for coming. I worked in a residential program, Timberline Knolls. An amazing experience. So if you can have it, do it. It is such a learning experience. Well, Stacy, if you're so hungry, guess what? Come eat with us. Mm. Mm. Writing a book, running a small business, you sound like me doing all the things. It's really overwhelming. So make sure you're making time for yourself, please. Eka 1982, what does what mean? You asked, what does that mean? What's that? Mm-hmm. We do sound a lot alike. Well, good job on the vaccine. Good job taking care of yourself in bed. I had to do that too. It made me sick. I shouldn't say sick. I had an immune response. My body did what it was supposed to do. I had a fever and it knocked me out. Inpatient clients, what does that mean? So inpatient is like a higher level of care. Like you need to be hospitalized, you need to be in residential, you need to be maybe in partial hospitalization. There's just these different levels of care. My practice, we do outpatient and like self-help and support. That's what we offer. I did get the second vaccine, and that's the one that really kicked my butt. Yay! You're cooking lunch. Good. Yay! Thanks for joining us. If you think you need a higher level of care, the best thing you can do is call a program in your area. Eating Recovery Center, Renfrew, Montanito, Eating Disorder Solutions. Like, these are in my area. Center for Discovery. There's a lot. Google Eating Disorder Treatment Program in my area. Okay? Call them and say, I'm struggling, I need help, I think I might have an eating disorder. That's all you have to say. And then they'll ask you questions, they'll set up an assessment, and they'll help you figure out what's going on with you, and they'll help you figure out where you need to go and what you need to do. Ooh, you're going on a bike ride? 60-degree weather. It's really nice in Texas here too. No, it's not. It's raining. Just kidding. We had really nice weather, and then today happened, and it's not nice. I love riding the bike, the stationary bike. But bike riding is my favorite way to move my body. Oh, it's cold in Germany? I'm sorry. Do you like the cold? There's snow. Yeah, I'm glad ours is like, we are now having like nice spring weather, sunny, 60s, 70s. There's been a wind that's cold. We're also, though, in Texas, we're gearing up for tornado season. We're lots of storms and yeah, spending time in the bathroom with, you know, like waiting for those tornadoes and stuff to pass. But at least it's warm. I will take sitting in a bathroom waiting for a storm to pass over snow any day. Oh, it's cold there. Oh, yeah. Your butt, yeah, chronic pain is like worse. Insight on meal prep versus rigidity in meals and snacks. Well, I think I tend to operate more from a place of there is no right or wrong way to eat. That sometimes we do the best that we can to get by, and we eat whatever is literally easiest and accessible for us. And so sometimes our meals and snacks might look like the same thing because we're busy and like we don't always have time to make fresh meals. However, I think that prepping meals and knowing, you know, like having things available eliminates a lot of that like frustration around mealtime of what am I gonna eat, and then, you know, like when we get hungry and we're feeling apathetic or we're feeling anxious, we don't want to spend time in the kitchen like creating something. So to have food that's prepared or, you know, easy to like put together and go. So it's not that it's right or wrong to meal prep or be rigid with food. I think it's what works best for you, what allows you to eat different foods, right? And switch it up. And also what allows you to just have food so you can nourish yourself and take care of yourself. Good, Stacy Thompson. It's good and warm where you're at. 60s. You're welcome. Okay, friends. Looking at the time. 65 in Tennessee. Nice. I have a group. Members who are part of the Recovery Academy get group support. If anybody is looking for group support, you don't have to be a member of the Recovery Academy. Like, you don't have to give a shit about any of the things in there. But if you're wanting just group support, we meet once a week. We have 1 o'clock. We have a couple different times for people. So if you're wanting group support, recovery-academy.com. Check that out. You enjoyed cake. That's amazing. I'm going to end on that. Celebrating cake for breakfast. Everybody enjoy your meals. Take care of yourself. And I will see y'all next week at 12:15. Bye.